Hey, this is letters to you in 139. This one's, I think you just say like shit or fuck. It's like the kind of when you use um, punctuation to denote cursing. And my buddy Andrew has been telling people, like, hey, you might want to read this one. If you read it, you can understand it. But I'll try to figure out how to interpret this punctuation. Okay, so, dear Ewan, I'm writing like a trust fall. What I'm with is Sarah telling me that she wasn't enough for her baby. An image of myself in my mind, pointer finger outstretched like a conductor. My finger is the subtle knife from the golden compass. That's a book. It cuts holes between worlds and can kill God. Tom's face in my mind, smiling and blushing and explaining things to me. I like that I like him even when I don't understand why we're waiting to touch each other. I left my house on impulse today. Jay was grumpy. I'm learning how to walk away without making anyone wrong. I'm learning to remember how to walk forward with choice instead of decision. And then there's like a poem embedded that's like paragraph headings. So first one is, the first trust is that Sarah and I are finding forgiveness. When she said that she wasn't enough for her baby, I was calm, but I didn't understand. He was too big for her body. He wants more milk than she makes. We were in a flow today, and everybody kept noticing where they didn't feel like they were enough, and everybody else felt close to them when they said it. We get to believe we're connected, dot, dot, dot. And then the next heading is, even if nobody can tell. If love is a real thing, even if, and especially when we're not enough, how many sentences do we not need to finish? There's something very taxing about debugging every moment we forget that love loves underneath and before and through every sense or concept of success or failure. I tell myself I'm going to learn how to move before I've done the math to right size love. That means, next heading, I've already begun. Sarah and I found ourselves fully committed and still not enough, and somehow more than okay. When we forgive ourselves, we somehow forgive each other. It's not quite right. We evaporate sin. If it evaporates, then doesn't that mean it was never really there? I can infer with the evaporations of all these unreal things that I'm, next heading, in a place of real things. I can see my brain. My brain has a lot of wiring that love is seeing what everybody else needs and making that my need. Isn't it strange that non neurodivergent is almost a synonym for codependency? Like, I'm autistic if I can't predict how people are going to be hurt by who I am. And then Jay acts grumpy, and I can feel something that's unworkable. I need my consciousness and awareness of my needs and desires before Jay figures out what I wish we'd figure out. Things, next heading, like love. Here comes the subtle knife. I can't perceive a different world, one where I was already going to go find a coffee shop to work at before Jay got grumpy. It would be a world where Jay getting grumpy is perfect and that we need each other is permanent. It's a world that remembers we love each other before, during, and after our needs are addressed. I can't perceive it, but I can infer it. This feels like the part of my warrior training where I learned to not consider lack of vision a problem. It's making quite a case that faith is not just for transitions in, next heading, that other world where vision is new. I met Tom when he got back from Barton Springs. We had one kiss as we walked out the door and down to the pub where he was staying. He kept saying so many things to me that I didn't understand. They seemed to be about making sure everything was okay. I can very easily tell that I feel safe moving toward him. I'm very confused when I think about how is this going to work? And I'm grounded in my breastbone with I'm gonna move toward him. He blushes a lot, and his eyes look like the eyes of my first friend, Teddy. I can't say I understand, next heading, but I can move. My mind shows me an image of one thing that I think is connecting us. We both don't seem to believe in sin, and we both grew up around a lot of people who do. Heaven is a place where we feel almost nothing when we decide that this game of Monopoly is done. Presence is teleporting, next heading, into the present from the present, though it seems like out of the past. I can own the projection. I'm going toward him to get closer to the part of us underneath the language that existed before childhood selves thought to protect everyone from their limited beliefs about love. His innocence is beautiful to me, and that means that I think that about me too. I infer that this is true about everybody, but it's a sign to me that I enjoy how much I don't know about him. It's so strange to constantly forget that this is true about everybody. To simultaneously remember and forget is emotion, next heading, to a place I've never been and never left. There's so much ease and gratitude in myself. I'm learning that I'm entering a world where I don't quite know how to learn. It's nice that this new world lacks urgency. It's nice that there's an easy, inexorable drive that looks like learning. Counterintuition is the new intuition. Next heading, and all my striving can tell that it's time to let go. The tip of my finger gets warm. Next heading, and unfinished sentences are the first to be forgiven. I'd kiss you on the cheek French style if you were close enough, Mike. And then the thing I thought I really liked was if you take all the headings and read them together, it says, the first trust is that even if nobody can tell, I've already begun in a place of real things like love, that other world where vision is new, but I can move into the present from the present, though it seems like out of the past, to a place I've never been and never left, and all my striving can tell that it's time to let go, and unfinished sentences are the first to be forgiven. That was really nice. Have a good day, guys.